Yes, indeed. Another episode of Rip and Riff coming at you here on the Better Sports Network and Fantasy Alarm. To my right, if you're looking at the screen, at Mr. Jared Moore on Twitter. Same guy, Jared Moore. I'm at Puck and Thoughts, Adam Bernard. Jared, how we doing on this mid-December Saturday?
Well, I think you'll be doing a lot better once I actually remember to mute my speaker here so you're not hearing an echo. But
I will be doing better.
Yeah, I'm doing wonderful. You know, it's the middle of December. It's Christmas time. The fantasy football playoffs are basically here. I'm very excited as you know, the manager of two teams that are looking to go back to back. So one of them would be at your expense if that is.
Not if I could do anything about it.
So look, I mean, some of us just build a monster that's just steamrolls through the season. But you know, it doesn't mean a thing without that ring. It's like the 2007 New England Patriots.
Now, speaking of the Patriots, and it is close to Christmas, the holidays is about friends and family. So, let's bring a friend in to rip some packs today. How about that? Even if he is a dirty Patriots fan and Red Sox fan.
I mean, well, I
was don't forget the Celtics and Bruins, who are actually good right now. You bring up the two teams that are garbage right now instead of the. There's a lot of banners back there. All right, gang.
There is a lot. You know, I've been studying all the memorabilia behind you, Coop, and I think my favorite little piece you have behind in there is the one from the snow game, the tug rule game.
Yes. So you can
right.
Yep, that is the snowball. Yep, the snowball game. There's the Pedro Martinez there, Marcus Smart, RIP. So my favorite one back there is
he's not dead. He's just not in the Celtics anymore.
He's dead to me. Although Porzingis has been playing great, so I guess we're all right. I'm still rooting for Marcus Smart. But dude, this one here, right, is from the day they retired Robert Parrish's the Chief, right? And if you look closely, there's an autograph there that the name starts with R and P, right? And people just assume that it says Robert Parrish. But if anybody looks closely or knows what it actually says there, I was at that game as a kid and tried to get Robert Parrish to sign it. And I reached down, and who grabs it but the coach of the team at the time? And he autographed it.
Rick Pitino?
Rick Pitino.
Shout out to baby.
Shout out. So that is a Robert Parrish Day banner autographed by Rick Pitino. So a little bit of a fake RP autograph on that one, baby.
Wow. It's nice to have a family-friendly Rick Pitino story on the show for once. We could go in a whole lot of different directions with him that we won't. But, that's a really good story.
I've never heard a coach chew out a team. So do you remember Steven Nichols back at Sirius XM, Jared?
Yeah, of course.
One of the nicest people on the planet. So St. John's stunk. So we got like courtside seats for like $50, and they were playing Louisville.
And by we, you guys, I didn't go.
No, it was me and Steven Nichols, and St. John's somehow was beating him. Had no business beating him. And man, we were on the Louisville side, and he was just. I haven't heard a coach give it to a team like that in a very long time or since. So
he's a nasty, nasty fella. Have you ever heard the last interview he ever did in Boston with the Sports Hub? It was very short.
Yes, I think I do vaguely recall that. Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's something I'll probably pop up. I can Google after the show.
It was,
right?
yeah. The short and sweet.
Worth going out of the way for, because I can imagine.
Oh, it is very, very. If you can find it, it is very, very short and sweet. So yeah, we'll leave that.
Listen, this is the age of the internet. Everything's once it's on the internet, it's there forever.
Yeah, so pull that one up, dude. And I honestly, while you're looking for that, I'll tell you this. It was with Toucher and Rich. That was the interview. The Toucher and Rich show. Fred Toucher did the interview himself. But I'll tell you this. I just wanted to say I'm so fired up to be on this show. I hadn't opened a pack of cards in a decade, dude. And I watch you guys open them, and it gets me fired up. I know John and Pemba, he is big into it. And I went out and got some cards, man. And I am so amped to open these cards that I even like 2 weeks ago, I had 2 packs, opened one just because I was fired up. So, I mean, I can go through some of those, but I got these ones right here. I've been looking at them since you guys told me to come on the show. I was like, nice. And then I've just been looking at these cards, trying not to open them every single day while they're here. So I'm fired up to do this show, man. This is really cool.
Yeah, it's interesting because you told me you were getting the Panini Mosaics, the Panini Mosaic cards for 2023. And I didn't have the heart to tell you that I also have the Panini Mosaic cards.
Oh, look at us, dude.
So Did we just become best friends?
I think we did. I think we got to do a showdown here where Adam Bernard kind of decides who's the winner, who has the better cards, you know?
There's a reference I can make right now that's probably not very family friendly. Remind me to tell you later what I wanted to call you guys right there, but I cannot do it.
Okay, yeah. Save that one for off the air.
We'll save that one for off the air. But so they showed what they're going to be ripping today. Here's what I'm ripping here. We're going to go with a pack of 2021 Panini Absolute Football 20-card value pack. Find 3 green parallels on average. And the one pack thing that all 3 of our packs do have in common is that we can win a chance to be the kid reporter at the Super Bowl. So that's what we're really after today. It's not rookie cards. It's not, parallels. It's not inserts. It is the chance for the one. Well, I can't win. It's too late for me. But these guys could win a chance to be a kid reporter.
Please.
Right. Yeah. I mean, who's that guy who's always on those Nickelodeon NFL broadcasts? Young Dylan. He ain't got nothing on me. All right. I will ask all the tough questions. And by all the tough questions, I mean all the really stupid questions that a 12-year-old can get away with, because that's the level of education that I have.
That's how it goes, dude. I mean, that's the thing, though. What's like the number one kid question? Like, what's your favorite food? Like, what's
what's your favorite food? Or I don't know. What are kids into these days? Fortnite? I have no idea.
Yeah, something like that. Also depends on the age too,
And based on, I follow a lot of these guys on social media. Trust me, plenty of these NFL guys are playing Fortnite in all those games. Juju Smith-Schuster is doing the dances and stuff, so they get along with these kids.
Well, it's a good thing that Juju Smith-Schuster is working on that and not, his craft.
I actually
sorry. I don't mean to keep twisting the knife with the Patriots, but
we deserve it. We've had our parades.
I actually did ask Coop a couple of weeks ago. I said, in Dynasty, is Juju Smith-Schuster droppable? That's how far he's fallen. Like in the league we're in together, Jared. Like I actually thought about cutting him out.
And these are super deep leagues where nobody's available.
Yeah, and it's like, what is he doing for me? He's
I actually picked up Jalen Reagor a couple weeks ago in that league.
And that's what I'm telling you. The thing is, it's like if he's not going to be good, and this is what I said for Marquez Valdez-Scantling for a while, which is like
another guy who stinks.
He played with a four-time MVP, back-to-back MVP, and then he played with Patrick Mahomes. Like, when is that player going to be good, right? If Juju couldn't figure it out with Patrick Mahomes, when is that player going to be good? And obviously, right now he's not good at all. So, with some of those guys, it's
right.
I know he's still young, and he came in the league really young, but probably okay to cut bait.
Now, in fairness to MVS, it's very tough to catch like a 40-yard pass when a guy is climbing on your back as you're doing it in the closing seconds of the Sunday Night Football game, but that's neither here nor there. So, Coop, we usually ask our guests, do you want to kick or receive? Do you want us to go first, kind of see the flow? You're familiar with the show, so you're the guest. We'll kind of give you the option.
But I am I'm gonna defer to the second half. I'd like to see what you guys are working with, get with the flow, and then I'll rip mine.
Then I think Adam should probably go first, since Coop and I are basically doing the same exact cards.
Yeah, I was going to say, that way I can properly judge the packs, back to back versus being a gap. So we'll go chronologically here. We'll go 2021 Absolute Panini Football, 20 cards here in the big old cello pack.
Dude, this is great. I'm fired up. Let's go, baby.
All right. So first in the pack here, a guy, we're talking about guys who just cannot have any success and flamed out. Will Fuller, the fifth. Man,
oh jeez, yeah.
I don't even know what he's up to now. Now, this is a guy that I know Coop was big on in one league for sure, was Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, awesome, man. I will say one thing about Will Fuller real quick before we move on, that a lot of guys, when you see them, especially in Dynasty for me, the moment a guy gets bought for steroids, I immediately put the red flag around them, because there's been a bunch of times where we see guys on steroids doing well, and the moment they stop with the PEDs, they really go down. Vincent Jackson and Antonio Gates to a certain degree. So Will Fuller, another one of those guys, right?
Right. He was an ACL guy too, right?
And he apparently the last injury he had was he injured his finger. And I don't mean to be graphic, but they said that this spiral fracture of his finger, basically his finger was like shards, like just a bag full of shards.
I didn't even know you could spiral fracture a finger because the bone is so thin.
That's what they said, is that his finger was just had to be completely reconstructed. So I don't know, but yeah, it's surprised he never got another shot. But what are you gonna do? So not a great card, but
not a great card.
Stephon Diggs, great play.
Stephon Diggs, good card right there, and just the look of the overall cards too. I like with the border, and then it's a good action shot there of Diggs. Now, something Jared and I have talked about on this show that's not more of a thing, and we want to make it more of a thing. We have the rookie card, but we don't have the last card. Here's Ben Roethlisberger's last card from that year.
Ooh, look at that, dude. That was when, yeah. So that was when I call that the Ben Roethlisberger volleyball era, where he's every snap would come back to him and he would get out of his hands so quick it was almost like volleyball. Like his time to release was so much faster than exactly just right to Deontay Johnson. His time to release was so much faster than any other quarterback. It was wild. Those last 2 years there.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, if it makes you feel any better, you have Ben Roethlisberger's last card. You also have Will Fuller's last card.
There you go. Good point. Now we got a few quarterbacks back to back. We got a bunch of quarterbacks in a row here. This is going to be a good pack. The Drew Lock, not so much.
I mean, he did get traded for Russell Wilson. That's his claim to fame.
He was the quarterback throw in there. Now we got Matt Stafford, who's doing all he can, and this looks like one of those green parallels here based on the bottom there. Stafford, got the Rams going there. I don't know if they make the playoffs, but they've certainly hung around longer than a lot of people thought they would.
Right. And
I will say, go ahead, Coop.
I was just gonna say, Super Bowl winner. Like once you retire, like now we're caught up. We are always caught up in the moment, but those cards, when you're a Super Bowl winner and Super Bowl MVP, they age a little more gracefully. Although I think Cooper Kupp might have been MVP of that Super Bowl.
He was the MVP of that Super Bowl. In fact, I have a card that I pulled on a previous episode that actually said on the bottom, like Super Bowl MVP. It was one of the Panini Prisms for, that following season. But yeah, I mean, they might make the playoffs, but if you look at that Packers schedule down the stretch, that they play nobody down the stretch. Yeah,
they could win out very easily. Guy here that's now in the booth for CBS on Sundays, Mr. Matt Ryan.
Ooh, nice, dude. It would have been nice to see him get one. It's just the problem was because he's a Boston College guy, so even though Boston College doesn't matter, still root for those guys a little bit. And yeah, just a shame. Even as a Patriots fan, as crazy as it is, like in the aftermath, I hated the 28-3 jokes and all that stuff because it was like, we have Super Bowls. That was his one chance. Julio Jones' one chance. Like, you don't got to throw that much salt in the wound. Saints fans are allowed to do it, I'd say.
Absolutely.
I didn't like,
of course. Yeah. If you're a rival, absolutely.
Well, that's the thing is, I feel like that stuff should have been more for Saints fans than for Patriots fans because, you don't got to punch down like that.
You did what you did, and you don't have to remind them again and again of it. Now Jalen Hurts here, certainly that's a great little pull out of this pack. We're about halfway in here.
Nice.
Now these are base cards. We're looking for we want some sort of insert or something like that. And we got a couple of defensive studs coming up here. A highlight on an otherwise crappy season, Quinnen Williams. He's doing his thing. You cannot blame him for the Jets' problems this year.
At least he wants to play, which is more than we can say about maybe Zach Wilson right about now. By the way, go back to that Jalen Hurts card for a second. He had number 2 on his jersey there. Yeah, I mean that's not his normal number, so he must have switched it at some point.
Yeah, guess he switched. Quinnen and Quincy Williams, by the way, can you find a better brother pairing in the NFL right now? I mean, listen, I know Jason and Travis are probably more popular, but in terms of productivity, Quincy and Quinnen, let's try and say their names right. Myles Garrett here, doing what he can to keep the Browns alive.
Monster. Should be the defensive player of the year.
Right. Maybe even if he just play, even if he's not as productive, if he could just play through this, I think he's good through the shoulder.
A fun little Myles Garrett story. We had him on Radio Row at the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. I didn't get his number, but I have his dad's number saved on my phone. So if you ever need a hookup with Papa Garrett, I got you.
If you want to text him the screenshot of this card, if he wants it, I'll send it to him. All right, so we got DJ Chark here, who is not. It's a green, parallel here. Not done well with the Panthers this year, but good looking card there. Back from the Jaguars.
It's not really his fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. We got a rookie card here, but not a rookie we would want. Sage Surratt, wide receiver from the Lions.
Yeah. That's day three pick. I mean, you never know, but those guys, they need to carve out playing time pretty quick to not get shuffled around in the practice squad and the journeyman tag.
And all be Puka Nacua, which, by the way, I suppose we should thank you, Coop, for turning us on to Puka Nacua before the fact. So there you go.
I wish we win. We do this all the time where I look back. It's always way too late when I look back and say, man, we could have bought those cards, whatever was available. I'm sure that the stock on cards and stuff like that. But I mean, you could have bought him for nothing, you know. But how many times do people go out and buy a bunch of players? I try and warn people of that, right? Like this offseason, I tweeted out, I was like, the people that are drafting a ton of Isaiah Hodgins probably have an attic full of Travis Fulgham cards, right? You got to be very people did not like that tweet, but you got to be very careful investing in cards and players, you know, especially in this environment. That's why I always tell people when people ask me what jersey to buy of their favorite NFL team, I say very first thing you should do, buy a jersey of a retired player.
Correct.
For your first jersey, get like a Ben Coates if you're a Patriots fan, right? Or Tom Brady. Second, if you're going to buy an active player, wait till he signs his second contract.
Correct.
Wait till he signs a second contract. A guy like Devin McCourty or Matthew Judon right now, like, you know what? Like, get something that you're not going to regret because things can change really quick.
You don't want to ask for like a Mark Messier Liberty jersey for your 14th birthday and only to have him watch him to go to Vancouver a few months after that. You know that you don't want that to happen. You know,
I named my cat Curtis Martin. He got traded to the Jets, dude. I had a cat named Curtis Martin on the other team.
I mean, we probably all have buying jersey stories like that. Like I bought a PK Subban Devils jersey once he got traded to the team. Like I didn't know he was washed up by then, even though he had 3 years left. And like, I mean, like at least PK Subban's like a fun player, a fun personality where like he's easy to root for, he's easy to like. But like, I didn't know he was fucking washed.
Big charity guy too. Subban's a good guy, you know. Even if I'm as a Bruins fan saying I respect him after all his years in Montreal, then everyone can have respect for that guy.
I like Subban. I like him as a player. I like as an analyst. His bit where like he's like doing stuff like when like they go to the studio for the tease for the intermission show and he's like doing his dance or like he's like that stuff annoys me. Other than that, I really like him.
See, I like that because Mark Messier can't stand it, and
that's the one saving grace. Is like Messier wants to just wring his neck. Like, what are you doing? Like, stop it. And then,
and Messier will always have I have Stanley Cup rings. Like, what do you have? You know, a Norris trophy?
Not just one. What, 5, 6 rings?
As a player, I will say the one thing that drove me nuts with him was when he would sit there at the blue line and just smack his stick on the ice. Just give me the puck, stick on the ice thing, dude. Not moving, not doing anything, just sitting there going, send it to me, right?
It's like the player equivalent of the fan that yells shoot.
Right. For sure, 100% though.
Now, if one Sage Surratt wasn't enough, here's two. I get the green power and that, so there you go. So Sage Surratt, if your parents are out there, give me a call. We'll send you the cards.
You got the market cornered on those, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna put those on a penny sleeve. Akeem Hicks here, and good defensive lineman when he was with the Bears. Cool little hero series, but not really much now. I know he's with the Raiders now. Now we're gonna get to some real rookie cards here. Oh boy, we're gonna have a few. All right, so first we've got Rashad Bateman in the introduction series with his Minnesota jersey there. It's a good looking one.
And jury's still out, I think. I'm not willing to call it just yet on Bateman.
I'm not willing to call it on him yet either. That's why he's going to go in a penny sleeve just in case.
Sneak him in.
All right, now we got he's done for the year, but I mean when he plays, hell of a defensive end, Jalen Phillips.
Oh yeah, that's a good. That
was rough seeing him go down with the torn Achilles the other week. So yeah, that was just brutal to see.
Especially because he almost didn't play. He quit football. Did you guys ever hear that story?
No.
In college, he
at UCLA, right? Or he started somewhere and went to UCLA, or vice versa, or something like that.
He started somewhere, suffered a concussion, really did not do well with it. Almost was going to quit and do music. I guess he's also like a DJ and is really good at it. So he almost quit to do music, and they convinced him to come back and play. And then, of course, he gets drafted in the first round pick, right? NFL draft. So
I think so. Yeah.
Crazy how close some of these guys come to hanging him up, and then comes right back in and look at him now.
Also played college at Miami and UCLA. If you could pick two better colleges to go to play football when you're in your late teens, early 20s, I mean, man.
Especially if you're a DJ, dude. I mean, like, being a DJ in LA and Miami, no wonder he's like, man, maybe I'll just do this.
If the football thing doesn't work out, it's okay. It's okay. I'm getting paid a lot of money on Fridays and Saturdays at the club. So a few more rookies to go through. We'll blow through a couple of them quick. Jermar Jefferson from the Lions. Then we got Chauncey Golston from the Cowboys, but we're going to close. We're going to get increasingly better as we close here. Kwity Paye from the Colts.
Oh, nice. I like that one.
And we got Mr. Travis Etienne.
Kwity Paye was Penn State or Michigan?
Kwity Paye was Michigan.
Michigan. Yeah. Then we got a Travis Etienne rookie card.
Yeah,
now we're talking. Dude. Now we're talking. And then lastly, to close out the deck here, let me just get Travis protected here. We want to make sure that it's not ribbed for his pleasure. It's smooth. And then we got Justin Fields, rookie card.
Yeah, buddy. Let's go, dude.
That's going to be great when he's on the Saints next year.
I think he's going to be just fine, man. The problem is that the Panthers losing is really putting them in a tough spot because the pick they're getting back.
They're going to get the number one pick through the Panthers.
The pick,
they're going to have to take the quarterback. And
it's just to get him on a rookie deal.
Yeah, I think so. I think you got to reset because I mean, Eberflus isn't going to be there next year either. They're going to clean house, you would think, right?
Oh, it's been a disaster over there, man. I mean, like even the very strange incidents going on with the coaches he hired and stuff. You know, like
right.
Very weird.
So you bring entirely new regime, a new regime that didn't draft Justin Fields. They get the number one pick. They get to reset and take their guy. I mean, and like you'll get something for Justin Fields. Like it won't be like a first round pick, but you can get like a day 2 pick for him. And
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a first or second, late first. So I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo went for a second. You know what I mean? Drafted for a second, went for a second, right? So,
and there's just so many teams that need a quarterback.
Yeah. What did Josh Rosen got traded for like a second? When
something like that. Yeah, they gave up on him after year 1, but
yeah, there's definitely people out there around the league that have their own scouting folder, right? And they've watched the tape and they said, just like my ex-girlfriends back in the day, I can fix him. Like we'll have to see.
I actually think Fields you can fix though. Like I don't think he's a bad player. So
the right system. Yeah.
I just think it's funny that they basically made the decision like, all right, Fields is going to be our guy. We're going to make the trades to get him. And then they're going to end up in a position where they're going to get a franchise quarterback anyway. It's just like.
Yeah, they failed upwards.
You failed upwards. Yeah. There's people we know in this field that we could say they did that as well. But
yeah, well, speaking of failing upwards, I'm about to rip open this pack of cards.
So, there we go. Nice transition. Segue.
All right. Here we go. Yep, we'll start here.
Kid reporter.
That's what we're after, folks.
No, well, what are the terms with this kid reporter, anyways? Is it like an actual card? Or you have to put like a code in, or I don't know. Maybe you could read on one of your packs while I'm looking this up, Coops.
Yeah, I'll check it out, dude.
But we start with one of the players on the New York Giants who doesn't suck, Dexter Lawrence.
There we go.
Of a man there on the defensive line.
So as somebody that doesn't know much about cards in general, I know a lot about football, but not about cards. I really like the look of these Mosaic cards. I've seen
gorgeous cards. Yeah.
Panini Mosaic's like the gold standard, pretty much, of like the look of the cards. Yeah, like there's a reason why they are what they are per pack or per box.
So it says. Sorry, I was going to say.
Go ahead.
Access codes can be found in select packages of Panini NFL trading cards. So it looks like you get a special card that has an access code. Then you go to PaniniKidReporter.com and put in your access code and your email, and then looks like you have to be between 7 and 13 years old, and it doesn't have. So if one of us finds one, then I know you got I don't have a kid that's eligible, so I'll have to maybe.
I have nephews. One of them could do it.
That's right. Yeah. So we'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. we'll finagle that somehow. Unfortunately, this player got hurt the other day. But from your New England Patriots, from Ramondre Stevenson.
Oh, dude, what do you guys think about the hip drop tackle? Do you think it's possible to get it banned, or we're just gonna have to deal with it?
It's gonna take time. I mean,
I think there's a long list of other things that need to be banned along with that. So, the tush push. I'm very anti tush push. So
I feel it.
It's going to be an annoying transition period when guys get tackled for that. It's it's going to be like any other time they try to get something out of the game. It's going to have its period.
It starts, yeah. You're gonna have to start it with the young kids, and then they learn it all the way up. Like it took a while for the horse collar to be really something that people weren't doing by instincts.
You think they're going to ban the tush push after this season, after the Eagles win the Super Bowl doing it?
Sure.
It's hard to say. You know what? There's a golden opportunity right now for the Giants to go out and run the tush push until Tommy DeVito gets hurt, and then use that as the example, right? I think the Giants need to fall on that sword and just have Tommy DeVito go down to a tush push injury.
Sacrificial lamb.
The sacrificial lamb.
I don't know that we can sacrifice our sweet Italian boy Tommy DeVito.
That's true. He's such an angel.
Yeah, I mean, he's.
I mean, what are you going to give him? His mom's already making him homemade cutlets and sausage and potato and peppers.
Right.
So, I can't go from cooking.
I mean, and I don't. I mean, I know Tyrod Taylor just returned to practice. I don't want to do that to him either after he had his lung punctured. So,
shout out Chargers team doctor.
Just have to let it happen.
Matt Barkley might have to fall on the sword on this one.
I think that's
fair. George Kittle from your San Francisco 49ers.
Very nice.
Very nice card here. Hall of Fame card of Randy Moss with his gold jacket.
You don't see a lot of gold jacket cards. That's cool.
This
cool.
Is
a very cool card. I'm very happy with this one.
I like that.
We got a rookie card.
One of the greatest quotes of all time, by the way.
A rookie card here of Jack Campbell from the Detroit Lions.
Stud.
Nice. Wow, dude, I'm in trouble. You're pulling some nice ones. I'll tell you.
And I got 5 more packs after this.
I was saying the one pack. So those come 6 to a pack. Yours or how many?
Yeah, 6 to a pack.
Okay.
And I got 6 packs total. And last but not least, we have Touchdown Masters. Geno Smith, but for some reason he has the big head like every video game from the late 1990s.
Oh, so they're doing like a NFL Blitz big head cheat code.
I guess like NBA Jam. I know GoldenEye had the big head cheat as well. A bunch of video games back in the day did.
How do you feel about that on a card?
Cheat codes. I don't mind it just because it's something different. I like a little variety just to mix things up, as long as it's not like on every card. Oh baby, oh baby!
I have not seen Jared react like that.
Oh baby!
Of R&R. Here we go.
What do you got? The kid reporter card.
Shut up, dude. We're going, bro.
We're going to the Super Bowl, baby. We're going. I probably should put the code on screen though. Although by the time this episode airs, we'll redeem it, or I'll find a way to blur it out.
You could leave. You lost. It's over.
Wow, I got smoked, man. This has been a setup. This is a complete setup. You had that stack of cards. You probably opened 700 packs. You had that stack of
these are all sealed, baby. I mean, I'm using the box cutter to open these up.
Yeah. I watched you.
Kid reporter.
You pulled the Randy Moss card, and the next card's gonna be a Tom Brady card. This whole thing was a setup from the start.
Right church, wrong pew. Because here's Peyton Manning.
Wow! Look at that, dude. That was a nice. That was a nice pack.
But we'll go through this pack pretty quickly. Christian Kirk from the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
Disappointing.
Tariq Woolen from the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know why I couldn't think of the team for a second there.
Stud cornerback last year.
Good player. Yeah. I think he's still a good player.
Rookie card here, a player who probably should be used a lot more than he is. Marvin Mims from the Denver Broncos.
That's a rookie. That's what the rookie cards look like for this.
Well, for some reason they went with the for some reason they went with this layout, but this is what the rookie card looks like, at least for the NFL debut.
Yeah, I want to see more of him. Peyton basically said that because of the skill set overlap with Jerry Jeudy, he has a hard time getting him on the field at the same time, which is why you're seeing quote unquote little Jordan Humphrey, who's 6'4", 225. I think, it's just a matter of you gotta have a balance of what type of players are out there. So I wouldn't give up on Marvin Mims just yet.
Adam mentioned this player because he pulled him as well, Quinnen Williams from the New York Jets. And last but not least, Coop, if you can give me something on this player, that would be much appreciated because I don't know anything about him. And we play in deep dynasty leagues. What can you tell me about Charlie Jones from the Cincinnati Bengals?
He's drafted. He was day 3 pick, drafted as a return man, basically. So I wouldn't go, or he might have been actually a comp pick in the 4th round. Does it say what round he's picked in? So yeah, I mean,
4th round, yeah,
4th round. I think it was a 4th round in the comp pick territory. So we go through all of them at draft time, and to me, he seemed like a guy that his upside is to be the inevitable replacement for Tyler Boyd as a slot guy. It's just if they hang on to T. Higgins and they hang on to Jamar Chase, that's a part-time job. But hey, you know what? As a 4th round pick, if he can carve out that role, then that's big upside. Guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown, his production as a 4th round pick kind of has everyone thinking that it's going to happen all the time. The best 4th round pick over the last 20 years at wide receiver before him was essentially Jamison Crowder. right? Statistically speaking. So you know, and you have to go all the way back to like Brandon Marshall. I know there's been hits in the 5th round, hits in the 6th round, but the odds are pretty stacked against those players.
Yep. All right. So moving on to the next pack. We start off with Micah Parsons from the Cowboys.
Stud.
Awesome.
Stud defensive player. Nice throwback card here from your Detroit Lions, Herman Moore.
Love Herman.
Man. He had some monster seasons, bro. Like the stats don't even make sense when you look like 200 target seasons.
He was the big man receiver before that was really a common thing. Well, I think he was like 6'4" or something like that. Like he was a big boy, and he, you know, Rodney Pete made use of him for sure.
His stats don't even make sense.
Here's another player who will probably have a new coach next season, Justin Herbert from the LA Chargers.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, you want to load up. I feel like you got to. Is it in the card market? Is it really possible to buy low, or are people ahead of the curve on that stuff?
To buy low on what, like players
like secondary markets?
Like
like you say you go out and get Herbert. They say that because he's already statistically speaking, right? If you take all the quarterbacks all time in the NFL and sort them by fantasy points, right, per game. Justin Herbert is a top 5 quarterback all time. He just has not been much of a winner, and you know it's been frustrating. But technically speaking, the guy puts up the numbers. It's just not always flashy. Like if he gets a new coach, he could potentially be one of the best guys in the league. Like, do those cards jump in value you see, or is it kind of more of people are kind of already building in the possibility into the price that could happen?
I don't know. That's a good question. There's a lot of factors here, I think. For one, the Chargers are not exactly a glamorous team. I mean, I feel like if it was like like a traditional blue blood, like the Cowboys or the Steelers, that there might be a little something to that. I don't know. It's a weird situation because, like, I mean, I know it's cliche to say it. Chargers going to Charger. Like that's like
right.
They find ways to lose games. Like, you know, Philip Rivers is the same. He's basically the modern day Philip Rivers in that respect. Like he puts up all the stats, and you know the team doesn't win. And you know it's. I don't want to say it's not Justin Herbert's fault. He obviously shares some accountability in that, but I think a lot of it is just, you know, the defensive head coach they hired who has a defense that stinks despite the fact that they have like, you know, 3 or 4 All-Pros in that D.
Yeah, it's such an underrated point regarding the Blue Bloods in that, like, if you ask any of these coaches, like, what their dream job is, they always say it's the same teams, right? Like,
right.
They always want to – the Giants, right? They want to coach the Giants and they want to coach the Cowboys and they want to coach the 49ers.
The Crown Jewel franchises.
Right. And it's like they don't care that this team is loaded with stars and this other team has Daniel Jones. It's like it's a weird thing amongst coaches, right?
It's one of 32 jobs, but nobody grows up saying, you know what, I want to work for the Spanos family and coach the Los Angeles Chargers. Nobody ever said that.
That's the truth.
It's true, man. It is crazy. It's like this.
So an interesting rookie card here, and I'm very happy to pull this one from your Las Vegas Raiders, Aiden O'Connell. So right now he's a starting quarterback. So, you know, getting a starting quarterback rookie card, you know, there's a little bit of value in that. I don't know how long he's going to hold that job, though, just because he hasn't been very good with it. And, I mean, I don't know if Antonio Pierce is going to be the long-term head coach. I don't know if, you know, even if he keeps a job, they're probably going to look to upgrade at the position. So.
Still worth a shot, though. I mean, look at the price on Brock Purdy cards. I know that they went from nothing to being highly sought after.
Well, that's what you're talking about with jumping the market right there. You got an Aiden O'Connell. Okay, he comes somehow he's the quarterback next year, and he comes out and sets the roll on fire. That's like, and that was even something that Jared, back when we had Corey Nando and friends, we actually talked about the Brock Purdy rookie card on a show the first week he got in there. You remember? I don't know if you remember that because
we couldn't even find the Brock Purdy cards because I don't think they made them for like the Panini line. Right. I think the only place that had them was like Leaf, like companies like that.
Interesting. Did Nando bring up his stupid Garbage Pail Kids cards?
Yeah, I still have Winnie the Pooper.
I just came across one the other day. That was like,
I have my Winnie the Pooper in my other room. But
I actually have a pack of Garbage Pail Kids stickers in there, so we could open that later.
Nice.
But finishing this pack.
Yes, I have one too. It's in my it's in the other room right now.
I knew I saw it the other day.
Raiders legend Tim Brown, very nice.
Great dude.
Very nice card there. And Derrick Henry Thunder Lane card to close out this
I
pack.
like that.
Oh, nice. So I told you that I opened a pack the other day, one of these, just to kind of get a feel for it. Mostly because I wanted to open it. Yeah, I got a Derrick Henry.
So
it's one just like yours. The other one you got, the touchdown one with the big head. So I got the Derrick Henry touchdown master with so it looks like they all have the big head because he's got the big head there too.
Very nice. Well, good news here is we now have multiple shots at winning the Kid Reporter because I just pulled another one of those.
It's over.
So they're not that hard to pull. You got me, dude.
I was 2 in the box.
Gets to take me.
Oh yeah, now we can double up, dude.
All right.
Wow.
So we start this pack out with some legends here. We got Phil Simms from the New York Giants. Nice. That's one I feel like I could just drive down to Franklin Lakes. I feel like if I texted Phil, he'd probably just sign it for me.
Yeah, just let me know when you're in the driveway.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm sure security won't escort me off the premises. And legend from your New England Patriots, Ice Cold Teddy Bruschi.
Oh, that's my boy, dude. That's one of the few guys I've met a couple times in person. Really good guy. He lived in the neighborhood where me and my buddies would always hang out and go trick or treating and stuff, dude. Just great guy, man. So nice. Yeah, Teddy Bruschi, good guy.
Terry McLaurin from the Washington Commanders. Nice base card there. Kind of wish the team was a little bit better. I feel like they're not quite up to his standard. Rookie card here, DeMarvion Overshawn from the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know if you have a word or two about him, Coop.
He got hurt before the season, correct?
Got hurt. Yep, exactly. Yeah. So we didn't really see him.
Next year.
Very nice American theme card here. National Pride Jamar Chase card.
Ooh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, nice little stars and stripes there. That's
Jamar Chase too, baby.
That's a badass card right there. I like that one.
Display that one on the 4th of July.
Yeah, exactly. And another one from the New York Giants. It's funny they didn't win the Super Bowl until after he retired, but Tiki Barber.
Tiki, dude.
He got to a Super Bowl one year. He didn't. The Ravens, they put
the Super Bowl 35, the one they got
game was over out. Like within 5 minutes. But yes.
Yeah, exactly. The Giants ran the kickoff back. Ron Dixon ran the kickoff back for the touchdown to give him false hope, and then Jermaine Lewis was just like, "Nope, you're not winning this game." Ran down the field.
He had an RB1 overall season in fantasy football one year. I was going through and looking at it. Yeah,
that sounds about right. Probably in like 2004, 2005 ish, somewhere around there.
Yes, when he got over the
fumbling.
He stopped fumbling. He had the big fumbling issue, and then he figured it out, stopped fumbling, and then 1 year just had his career season. I forget the numbers now, but I remember going through recently, looking at it, man, and being like, you know what? I do remember that year. Like, I didn't remember him being as good as the year was, but I do remember him having a really good year. So yeah, Tiki Barber, man.
I used to get to work on his show with his brother, Brande Barber, on NFL Radio, The Barbershop. Remember that one?
Oh yeah,
they had a weekly radio show.
2000, he at age 29. So this doesn't happen very often. At age 29, he had over 2,000 total scrimmage yards and 15 touchdowns. Followed it up the following year with 2,390 yards from scrimmage. Finished 4th in the AP MVP voting. So big year for Tiki.
How about that? And I know he's a Hall of Fame finalist or semifinalist this year. He's probably not going to get in, but I mean, he's one of those Hall very good guys. I don't know if he's necessarily a Hall of Famer. All right, here's an interesting card just because of the particular team that they chose for this player. So we have another legend here, Terrell Suggs, T-Sizzle, but for some reason they put him in Arizona Cardinals jersey.
Oh, come on now.
It's like putting Emmitt Smith in a Cardinals jersey.
Gotta put him on the Ravens.
You gotta put him on the Ravens. Like, what are we doing here?
That's a player where I go back. I was just talking about this the other day. Where like I have a lot of respect for Ed Reed and Ray Lewis and a lot of those guys, but Terrell Suggs he rubbed me the wrong way, man. Something about Terrell Suggs just really bugged me as a Patriots fan. I don't know if I can ever. I know he's got
a thorn in your side.
He was very good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he just talks so much trash, dude. And when he talked trash, his stupid teeth are all over the place.
I think that's how I feel about James Harrison.
Yes.
Yeah, like the same type of way. Yeah, those players you love to hate, I guess.
Right.
Probably the best way to describe it. Like you respect them, but you can't stand them because they're
You guys can talk all the crap you want about people like Terrell Suggs and James Harrison. I'm going to play nice with those two respective individuals. I've been in the same room as T Sizzle. That's not a man I want to talk about shit about.
Yeah, that's true, man. Terrell Suggs, scary dude. So yeah, okay, I retract my statement. I love Terrell Suggs. So definitely,
we love him. What were we saying?
Come on the
all
show.
I'm saying is that they should portray him in a Baltimore Ravens jersey. Michael Irvin from the Dallas Cowboys. Nice little shot there of him catching the pass.
Hell yeah.
Another legend here, Alan Page from your Minnesota Vikings. Nice old school picture there.
These packs are a good mix. I like that.
Yeah, very nice mix. Another rookie card, NFL debut, and I know you were very excited to pull this player a few weeks ago, Adam. How about Bijan Robinson?
Yeah.
That's the guy, dude. Superstar.
There we go. I cannot wait until they fire Arthur Smith.
What's that one you got right there? Oh, you got a Bijan.
That was one I pulled a few weeks ago. I keep it close at all times. It's always right.
That's a nice one. I always tell this story, but I was in Florida watching the combine on a TV with my family on mute, and we were watching the running backs go through. And my mom, like, kind of watching, doesn't really care. She's like, "Wow, that guy's good." On mute, going through the drills. She's like, "That guy looks different than these other guys." I was like, that guy is different than the other guys.
Maybe your mother should coach the Falcons.
My mom with the elite eye test, she was like, "That guy's good." I was like, "Yeah, he is."
She's probably better qualified to coach the Falcons. I mean, I don't know. Did your mom ever work for FedEx?
No, she was a pediatrician, man. She can tell a strong boy. She can tell a boy who's been eating healthy.
So she's better qualified than Arthur Smith then.
I think so.
All right, I want to move through the rest of these quickly because I know we're already running along
a little behind.
Here. TJ Watt here from the Steelers, fantastic defensive player. Levante David, this is it looks like from a shot from a game or so. It's versus the Bengals last December, and it just says "bang" in big letters there of him tackling. I guess it's Joe Burrow. I can't really see who it is on the card, but
very underrated defensive player. IDP fantasy football players know Levante David's a tackle monster.
Yeah, tackle monster. You know who used to be a tackle monster was Devin White. And for some reason, he just hasn't been quite the same this year in IDP.
Yeah.
All right, so we got one more kid reporter card here. So it looks like all three of us will get to go.
Maybe this is not as big a deal as I was thinking.
And you know what's funny is like we've been opening these Panini packs. Like it feels like every week, and every week that has the kid reporter on it. We've never pulled the card before, and I pulled 3 out of 1 box.
Imagine they announced that there's only 3 of them out there, or there's like 5. You just got you just cornered.
I just got all the Willy Wonka golden tickets.
Next week they announce like 1 of 5 available ones, right? Like you never know, dude.
Adam, I ever tell you I was in the Willy Wonka play in like middle school?
You did not. I learned something new every week.
Yeah, I played the kid who watched too much TV.
You were Mike TV. I was gonna say Mike TV, dude. I don't know what. Did you wear like a little cowboy outfit too?
Yeah, I had like the little cowboy outfit. Thank God I don't have that picture anywhere because
Howard would find it.
Yeah, even if I did, I wouldn't send it to Adam to put in this episode.
Call your father.
Howard found a bunch of pictures of producer Brian Burns from like when he was a kid and put them up. So just know if those pictures are out there, we'll find them, dude.
My mother's not on social media, thankfully.
All right, Jonathan Ogden from the Baltimore Ravens, Hall of Famer, legend. Not much else needs to be said there. Another legend here, Christian Okoye from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, Nigerian Nightmare.
That's awesome.
Him and Steve Atwater. Iconic Monday Night Football moment.
Another legend here in the making, Aaron Donald from your LA Rams.
Yeah, dude,
having another great season. Another National Pride Stars and Stripes theme card here with Stephon Diggs. So
second Diggs of the show.
Stars and Stripes,
second Diggs of the show, and second American flag theme card here. We love America on this show.
Yeah, awesome.
From the Baltimore Ravens, I don't know anything about this rookie, Tavius Robinson. Coop, maybe you have a word or two about this defensive lineman.
I actually don't. I'm not familiar with that player. There's a lot of them.
Whatever.
What team? What team's Tavius?
Well, he's on the Ravens. He went to school at Ole Miss.
Yeah, no, I don't know that one.
Well, I just dropped it, so whatever. That's not
I mean, if the 3 of us don't know who that player is, then it's kind of a deep cut.
Yeah, a very deep cut here. And last but not least, Hall of Famer, legend in the gold jacket there, Dan Marino.
Yeah, that's a nice
So
one, dude.
you're gonna have tough shoes to fill here. But I didn't pull an autograph card, so you could usurp me there if you manage to pull one in one of your packs here, Coop.
Yeah, I'm gonna get these puppies going, and yeah, maybe I'll just do the one because I know my wife did. She had to pull the second one out of the Christmas pile for me.
Oh, I think we just roll with it as long as you're not sure in time. If you're cool to hang out for as long as we are, like I'm cool. Just whatever.
Just rip them.
I still got a mystery slab to go. Adam's still got the starting lineup figure. I got all the time in the world, baby.
Okay, we could potentially rip through. All right, so here we go. Carolina Panthers first card here. Shaq Thompson, starting with defensive player there. Let me get better. I gotta get good at holding these up. You guys are pretty good at it. So
there you go.
There you go.
There's our boy Shaq, dude.
Yeah, pretty good.
Again,
player.
Man, these, defensive captain. Here we go. Let's see. Ooh, this was a great fantasy football player, man. Jordy Nelson.
There we go.
Yeah,
he was.
Didn't quite come back from the ACL with the explosiveness, but I mean, as reliable as you get. He was Adam Thielen before Adam Thielen. Oh my God, dude. Here we go. One of my very, very least favorite players. I will admit that he's no, it's not a Jet. It's a current player. And the reason he drives me nuts is he makes my tight end rankings.
Taysom Hill.
His Taysom Hill guard.
I cannot stand Taysom Hill.
I honestly, I wish I could root for him because it's kind of fun, but he makes my tight end rankings impossible every week. Impossible because
you never know when he's going to touch the ball.
Like,
he's a guy, every time he touches the ball, I root for failure.
This
is kind of for him to fumble the ball or for him to fall down or something.
Right,
and then,
exactly. Now I will say this is a pretty cool looking card. I mean, he looks pretty badass on this card. So
anytime a team wears black pretty much head to toe, or they have a different color, but the black jersey and pants, it's always intimidating and sharp.
Like them, the Ravens,
exactly.
Eagles when they wear black.
Not so much
intimidating. Speaking of intimidating, here's an intimidating guy right here. John Randall, dude, with the eye black. I remember he was on the cover of a video of it wasn't Madden.
It wasn't Madden, no. He was on the cover.
He was on the cover of something. It might have been it wasn't 2K either. It was one of those ones back in the day. And dude, that was a rowdy.
NFL Extreme.
Yes.
Extreme.
Yeah, Extreme 2. I'm sorry, Extreme 2. I don't want to be misquoted here.
Yeah. So yeah, John Randall, bad man. Here's somebody that this week hit a big milestone.
I don't have a copy of that game, by the way.
Probably going to be I think, in my opinion, Hall of Famer already, even if he were to retire today, but hit Mike Evans.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Hit a couple weeks ago. He had needed 150 yards to get to his 10th straight 1,000-yard season, had 162. So he already did that a couple weeks ago. And my God, man, what a star. All right, I got one to
before you go to the next card. Do you think Johnny Manziel calls Mike Evans like every year and thanks him for his Heisman Trophy?
Yeah, I'm sure he has to, dude. I mean, at this stage, bro, made him look amazing. And sometimes that happens where it turns out that it wasn't this guy, it was that guy, right? But my favorite one is the 49ers drafted a quarterback, CJ Beathard. They drafted him in the 3rd round. And then they turn around and they took his college roommate and his tight end from college in the 5th round. And that happened to be George Kittle.
Yeah.
So the CJ Beathard pick led them to that spot.
Oh, those guys from Iowa, right?
By the way, there's your
that's right. There it is. Cover. Yeah, that's iconic to me, dude. That's iconic to me right there. NFL Extreme, baby. Here's I got one of those national pride ones, the Stars and Stripes, and it's also a player you pulled. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Justin Herbert, Stars and Stripes card.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool for the quarterback. Yeah. I mean, I got it for Chase and I got it for Stephon Diggs, but I think it's a different level. I think it's next level when you get the quarterback.
It's a different look. It's a different look. I appreciate you having my back on that one. Here we go. Not into any of these special ones yet. I got the other Seattle cornerback to go with yours. Mine is the rookie here, Devon Witherspoon. And he's having a great season as well.
He's going to be the defensive rookie of the year, most likely. So
stepped right in and contributed.
So I'll take that, man. The Panini rookie there.
I think if it was a Canadian player like Chase Claypool, they would have the Canadian flag in the background instead.
What's that?
It
was like Josh, like Josh Palmer.
Yeah, but they put the American flag. Like that would be a little messed up, I think.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, though, they can't make those cards, right? That is funny to think about. I wonder if they do a couple of those, mix them in. This guy, I'm not super familiar with. Maybe you guys know Jaguars Tyler Lacey.
Never heard of him.
No, sorry, Tyler.
Don't really know much about Tyler, dude. But
you can hang out with Marshall, whoever I just pulled.
Yeah, Linda's going to be disappointed with me. Linda Ellion's on Twitter because he went to Oklahoma State. He was a Cowboy, pew pew. So she'll be disappointed with me for not knowing who he is. This guy, we all know who he is, and this is this has got some sort of shininess to it. So you have to tell me what it means. But we have a Trevor Lawrence, little shiny action there.
Yeah, that's one of those refractor cards. So that'll be worth like $4 as opposed to like $2 or whatever. But awesome, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
It's very aesthetically pleasing in the eye.
I like them all, man. Like this is like I'm never going to be personally probably. I mean, now that I'm getting into this, I might be getting into it, but I'm probably not going to go crazy collecting. But like I just love the look of these cards. So we're looking for camo pink parallels in here, but there are other parallels as well. So this one's a green parallel. Is a player I love in Dynasty. It's a rookie card for him too, Josh Downs.
There we go.
So that's one, where I look at like the Chris Godwin trajectory, where he wasn't a full-time player early on, and then when they moved on from Deshaun Jackson, he went from 65% snap share to a full snap share, and went from 800 yards to 1,300. I think that could be Josh Downs at some point with like, right now he's not full-time with Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman, but I feel real good about that player.
Hey, Coop, you want to grade a dynasty trade 6 weeks after the fact?
Yeah. What do you got?
Because I traded Josh Downs for George Kittle in a league.
If you're competing now, then you got to do stuff like that.
Is that
So if you're one of the top, if you're going to make the playoffs in that league, then you have to do stuff like that. So I do like that. Like, so that's that's what I would consider a fair trade. And if the other team is competing now, then I think that they might have made a mistake. But if they are playing for the future, then I think it's a fair trade. Here is a guy who's been playing, I don't know, I'd say he's been playing okay. And it's one of the pink camo cards. Ooh. What do you think? What do you think about this guy? Oh, it's also a National Pride pink camo card. So it's got the stars and stripes. How do you guys feel about Mr. Tyreek Hill? Do you think he's pretty good?
He's an okay football player.
He's okay. Yeah,
he'll stick in this league.
Player too.
It would be nice if this, camo stars and stripes. If he could break that 2,000 yard this season, the season of this card, that'd be really nice, right?
That'd be pretty sweet. I don't know where you feel about like players like MVP race, because like he's a guy who probably should be in the MVP race, but he's not going to win it because it's a quarterback award. So
it's going
to go to an offensive player of the year, sure,
and also the optics of it because of his off the field stuff. The league has in the past kind of ignored that and given the awards to the people that deserve them, and it backfires sometimes. Like people still look at Michael Vick and they say he should not have won comeback player of the year, right? Coming out of jail after what happened, but he did deserve it, right? He was the comeback player of the year, but I don't know. The league, I think
he was awesome that year when
he was awesome.
The Eagles, that Monday night game against the Redskins at the time was one of the great games I've ever seen.
Right. So it's like, I think to some degree you got to look at it and say, do they want that? Right. So I don't know, but he deserves it. If he breaks 2,000 yards, it might be hard not to give it to him. Offensive player of the year is what award he's probably going to get though. Right.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Here's a guy that never misses time. Always been rock solid in fantasy. Tyler Lockett. And it's one of our pink camo inserts there. So
getting a lot of those pink camos there. We like that.
Yeah, I'm loaded up on him right now. And not only that, because the Tyreek is a special one. And here's I got another pink camo one here, and it's a rookie. Not only is it a rookie, but it's a rookie from my favorite team. And it's a player I really like. Unfortunately, got hurt early in the year. But Mr. Christian Gonzalez rookie card. So
I was going to guess Marte.
I was telling my wife, I was like, we're going to buy these. We're going to do them on the show. Hey, if they're worth anything, maybe we'll sell them. But now I'm looking at them. I'm like, I'm not selling any of these. I'm keeping
that one. You keep. Maybe you even get graded.
Yeah. I think, I mean, rookie card, my favorite team. It's my guy right here. All right, so I got a Jamar Chase card myself here, an Epic Performers card. So,
well, that's one way to describe him.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with these. Does it highlight like a
It's just like a sub series kind of, another wave. Yeah.
I like it, man. It's a good look to it, right?
They're nice. I like those insert sets. I'm always a sucker for a good insert set.
Right. And I got my own Thunder Lane card here to go with yours. Thunder Lane David Montgomery. So and he has been a Thunder Lane player for sure this year. So yeah, I'm feeling nice about that pack. Should I crank another one? Do we have time? I mean,
yeah, we got time, I think, right?
What do you think?
Sure.
I'll go.
If you got the time, we got.
Awesome, man.
I got all the time in the world.
I'm coming on every week, dude. This is great. I've been watching them. I was like, oh, let me watch one or two because I already watched it in the past. Then I was like, oh, let me get back up to speed. I'll watch a couple, and then I just ended up watching like a ton of them. So,
Darren and I are going to get a text at 2 a.m. Eastern. Hey guys, you want to record? I got a few packs here.
I got the itch, right? Have you guys had Pemba on yet? John Pemba?
We have, yes.
We did,
yeah. Okay.
I don't even remember he opened college football cards.
He opened
right?
the draft. I think he opened draft.
Oh, draft picks. Okay, that's interesting.
He's been sending some messages on the Slack about. He is just on fire with what he pulled. He's
been pulling a lot of
Wemby cards lately.
Yeah. He pulled the Bronny James, future Celtic. Okay, so we'll go through these quick with the non-insert ones. We got a Breece Hall. That's a nice card there. Good player.
We love Breece Hall.
You've got the market cornered on Sage Surratt. I've got the market cornered on Shaq Thompson base set cards here. So
there we go.
Yeah. This guy, great player, but definitely having some off the field struggles as of late with Chandler Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets his life in order.
Hopefully gets the help he needs. Yeah. Yep. This has been a great player in fantasy football this year, no question. Makes my life easy. Mr. TJ Hawkinson. Just rank Kelsey 1, Hawk 2. That's the kind of player we like. Not Taysom Hill. We need targets, right? We need consistency. TJ Hawkinson's been that. Here we go. Here's a player. Here's a player that here's a controversial opinion. A player that doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Joe Namath.
Listen, and I understand. Listen, you're going on a Jet fan right now, and
I'm sorry.
Statistically, I don't think you're necessarily wrong. You're not wrong statistically, but it's to me like what Namath did for the game, what he was for New York. He was almost beyond football. But I agree. The guy threw interceptions I agree. Statistically, not so much.
Because that's the joke, though, the interception. But it was a different era, and you can't tell the story of the game without him. And also, the players have to thank him a lot because he went out of his way. He was one of the first guys to do the individually advertising, right? And he did like the pantyhose or whatever. He was doing like crazy adverts and kind of opened the door to all that. So yeah,
he's a trailblazer in terms of style and fashion and all that sort of stuff. And I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to comment about the interceptions because we're only about a year or two away from Eli Manning being first ballot. So
that's right, exactly. Yeah. Here's a definitive Hall of Famer, Steve Young.
Steve Young, man.
The best left-handed, the second best left-handed quarterback all time after Tua.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. Steve Young. Steve Young still.
I thought you were going to say Michael Vick for a second.
Michael Vick, it was effortless the way he would flick the ball there. Let's get into some rookies here. This is a player I'm not particularly familiar with. Jay Ward. Do you guys know anything about Jay Ward? Cornerback.
Can't say that I do.
Can't say that I do.
We're not going to, it's a deep league, man. We know a lot of players. If we don't know them, then probably not super valuable. Here's one that we're hoping will bounce back, but these cards are probably taking a hit in what their price point is. Quentin Johnson.
Yeah. He can always bounce back next year, but not the rookie. You're talking Jordan Addison, JSN. You're talking all these Josh Downs. You're talking all these. He did not live up to expectations.
I mentioned Jalen Reagor in the show. This looks like the second coming of Jalen Reagor.
Ooh,
sorry.
That's even worse than I was picturing. That's
worse than going after James Harrison.
And they went to the same school, if I'm not mistaken. They both went to TCU, right?
Yeah. Oh boy. There's been like one TCU player that's been great. LaDainian Thompson.
And that was 25 years ago. 21 years ago.
Here's one of the legendary. This is an insert. It's a throwback player. One of the greatest almost Super Bowl winners of all time.
Mr.
Jim Kelly.
Nice.
Hey, listen, to win 4 conference championships in a row is something. I'm sorry. I know they 0 for 4, but that is still something.
It's better than a lot of these guys that I mean, a lot of guys never even went to the Super Bowl, No. How many did Phillip Rivers go to?
None. He went to the one conference championship game.
That's what I'm saying.
Patriots.
Right? It's better to make it, and the stupidest argument all the time is the Joe Montana never lost a Super Bowl argument. It's like, dude, he lost in the first round a bunch. Like, I'd rather go and lose. Going to 10 and winning 4 is better than going to 4 and going to just 4 and winning 4.
Yeah, right. That's the LeBron argument. Well, he's lost the NBA Finals however many times he's lost the NBA. He's also been there how many freaking times
against super teams and all this stuff. It's like, again, that's the number one argument right there with the
right. Shout out to Nick Wright, because I know that's his big argument, and that's my boy. So
yeah, here's a guy. I love this guy, the way he plays, the way he talks off the field. Nice little insert for Mr. Saquon Barkley.
Oh, that's a very nice card. We might have to organize a little trade ski.
Jared, his eyes lit up on that one.
Now we're talking swaps, man. Yeah, love that player, man.
I mean, I got a nice Teddy Bruschi card here. We could easily make that swap happen.
All right. I'm in on that, man. We got here we go. Yeah, we'll do a big maybe we'll all load up on cards and bring them to the expo and sit down and do some trading. Here's one for the tight end whisperer crew, and it's one of those camo pink inserts. It's Mark Andrews. That's my guy.
Tough loss for my fantasy team. That was a big one.
Rough, man. Maybe there's an Isaiah Likely Campbell card.
I got him back in a trade unrelated to Andrews as insurance before he got hurt, so that worked out for me. But still, much rather have Andrews.
Jeez, and I thought I looked at that card and I was like, because I'm not looking at these before I pull them up. I thought that would be the best tight end card in this pack, but then they one-upped it right after that with
Mr. Swift.
That's what I was going to say.
Tight end.
Shannon
Sharp. Yeah. Shannon Sharp, man. Great player, man. One of the best.
Does Taylor Swift get a football card next year from any of the brands? How about that as a question?
No chance they can afford
No,
that
because they'd have to pay her a ton of money.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. But if they did do that, those packs would sell out so fast because everything sells out, right? Like,
right. And with how devoted her fan base is, like they would be impossible.
I was going to say, people are already going to Targets and Walmarts and cleaning out shelves. Imagine if you had the Swifties in on it.
Right, for sure.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I kind of want a Panini Prism card of like Taylor Swift sitting in the press box with like Brittany Mahomes and all those people, and they're just cheering on the Chiefs. So I kind of want this card.
Celebrities were there. That's the card.
Be careful opening that door, though, because now they're going to be mixing in other cards. So for every Swifty one you get, they put in like 10 Jackson Mahomes cards that now you just got to throw those away. God. Donna Kelsey card would be sick, though, right? The whole series.
Donna Kelsey.
Series.
If we're going celebrity parents, Mama McNabb.
Yes.
It's a chunky soup one. Yeah, that'd be nice, dude. Here's one. Shout out to and again, this one only had 3 of those pink cards, so they don't really. The first one was just loaded up, I guess. So so if only 3 of the pink ones here. Shout out producer Brian Burns. Gotta love and respect Brian Burns, right? Play the dropper for our buddy there. So yeah, Brian Burns, dude. I don't really love Brian Burns.
Great video intros and is a hell of a defensive lineman. So
right, super mean to Mac Jones, but I guess it's kind of fine to be mean to Mac Jones.
I mean, Mac Jones will be on some other team next year, so it'll be fine. You'll move on quickly when Drake May is the future.
And I'll wrap this one up so we can get to your special one there. I got 2 of those big head touchdown masters cards. Good players though. Josh Allen, for sure. I don't know if I like the big heads, man. I don't know if I like that.
I don't like it on that card.
Like
I do like them, but I don't like it on that card. I don't know.
Like Elaine Bettis once said, it looks like a walking candy apple.
I'll tell you don't like it on this card. I think it's even worse on this next one.
I don't know
why they picked this one, but it makes it look like he has no neck at all. This is the weirdest looking card. It's a great player again, Mike Evans, but look at the neck. Look at the head here on this.
It's like turtling Davis Mills' neck and went horizontal.
They were probably laughing at themselves when they made this. They're going through like which ones of these look the craziest. I don't know if I love. I don't know if I love this set.
The players don't care. The check still clears every month for the
exactly. Yeah, so I don't know. They're all these cards look sharp, man. I might be a
Yeah.
Mosaic guy.
These are sweet. So, Adam, you've been paying attention. Who do you think did the better here with them?
I've been sitting back, a little bit, trying to observe, see what's coming out, and cool. I love those pink camos. Those are cool cards for sure, and he's got some nice ones. But I mean, Jared's got multiple chances to be a kid reporter.
I didn't get one, dude. I didn't get one. I opened 3 of these too. In my other pack, I didn't get one either. So honestly, man, I got to see the victory, dude. All hail the kid reporter.
All hail. Shout out young Dylan. You got nothing on me, buddy.
Dylan's in trouble, dude. Our boy Jared kid reporter more.
All right, so it's time for mystery slab time, where we open up a mystery graded card. Obviously, Coop, you're familiar with the story where I decided, hey, I'm just going to buy a mystery graded card to try to chase like this Kevin Garnett one or Kirk Cousins, and then I wound up spending $600 on mystery graded cards that I'm still trying to get expensed. So last week we pulled Mark McGuire rookie card.
That was a good, nice one.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is one I'm going to keep because we love the steroid era here on Rip and Riff.
We do.
Hell yeah. Dude, best player of all time is not in the Hall of Fame. Best 2 hitters of all time aren't in the Hall of Fame.
It's such a disgrace, dude. Don't even
It's a
get
joke,
started
right?
on it.
Because they were the only 2 that were doing it. So
Oh, of course, they were the only 2.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we go. Oh boy, this might be a repeat of one that we've done previously because we got the 1990 Pro Set Emmitt Smith card.
again,
Yeah,
that's the same one.
that's the same one. So we got a duplicate here. So we are not the. This might be another episode where we open up a second mystery slab because that's a little rough here. Getting
Well, at least you're going to sell one of them now.
No, I have
and by one of them I mean both of them. But yes,
I have a lot of those Pro Set cards, right?
So do
And at one point I went through, and as a kid, I pulled out all my Patriots cards, and I had them all in a separate spot, and I don't know where they are. So I lost all my Patriots ones, but I had a lot of them. And going through those sets, it turns out that one of the most valuable ones all time is a Patriot card, but it's a misprint.
I think a lot of that stuff, like when I went off to college, I think a lot of that stuff, like my parents just threw all that stuff out.
Right. I
Like
think that happened to
cards,
mine too.
Like all my old like Ninja Turtle figures and stuff like that. Like, thank God they, the video games are a whole separate thing. Won't
Yeah,
let them do that one.
There's a Patriots misprint card that got pulled back. I saw you nodding your head, Adam. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I just know misprint cards tend to be very, very, very.
I'm gonna open up the second
Yeah,
one.
open up the second one. We don't like repeats here on we had enough Sage Sturgeon or whatever the hell his name is, Sage Surratt.
Right. So this one, just real quick before you show that one,
Mhm.
it was a misprint Fred Marion card,
Okay.
but the reason they had to recall them is that in the background there's a 49ers player whose belt is like undone, and the belt is hanging in a way that it looks like it looks like a, you know what I'm saying? So if you have that special misprinted belt card, that's actually a fairly valuable card.
All
So
right,
it's kind of like
look
Billy
for this
Ripken
on eBay.
fuckface card.
Yeah.
Oh, I have the Bill Ripken card. I have that one. All right, this one's much better. So we have a 2016 Gem Mint 10 Panini Select rookie card from your Los Angeles Rams, Jared Goff.
Yeah,
There you go.
go, dude.
There you
There we
go.
go. That's a much better pull than the Emmitt Smith duplicate card there. So we joked that they were getting rid of their Sam Darnold surplus. No, it turns out they were getting rid of their Sam Darnold and Emmitt Smith surplus. And
Jared has
that's
pulled
what I
2
wound up
different
with.
Sam Darnolds out of the mystery slab so far. One at USC, and then one was it Jets or Panthers was the other one?
His
Jets.
Jets rookie card.
Yeah. Well, the Jared Goff, talk about a bounce back in value, right? For cards. I'm sure if you look at the graph of those cards, it's back up from where it was.
Jared Goff played his high school
Yeah.
ball about 40 minutes south of where I live right here. So
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting though,
Right.
because like the Lions are gonna figure out the same thing the Rams figured out a few years ago. Like you can only go so far with Jared Goff. You're not winning the Super Bowl with him.
I know. He's got no mobility and really kind of a one-trick pony. He can sure deliver it to the slot guy, though. We know that.
We like that. I mean,
like
that's
that.
certainly fine.
somebody that
All right,
needs
starting
another-
lineup time. Let's
I
go.
got him
baby.
out of St. Brown. As long as he keeps throwing the ball to St. Brown, we're good. Now, starting lineup time, it's basically you get to pick something for me to open and enjoy. So, that's all this is really here. Here are the rules. I'll give you vague hints. There's 4 in the box. There's no baseball today because I try to theme it to like the guest when we can. And you'll see in the studio audience in a minute. I don't have a lot of Red Sox. Sorry. I got Pedro Martinez. I got like a half a Wade Boggs one. So today the pool is going to be, there's 2
half a Wade Boggs.
What?
How do you have half a Wade Boggs? Have him as a Yankee or?
It's a 1-on-1 Mattingly and Wade Boggs sliding into third base.
So he's half of it. Yeah.
So he's half of it. He's half of it. He's whole, but he's half. All right. So
I want to, if you're going to have a half of one of those, I want to have a Jason Varitek mashing the face of Alex Rodriguez card.
They didn't make that one, but that's a good one. That's a really good one.
The face mash.
So the pool of 4, we got 2 Bruins, we got a Patriot, and we have the basketball one is not a Celtic, but he was a dominant player at a Massachusetts area college. Now, keep in mind when you're trying to think the players, the starting lineups are late 80s through late 90s.
Okay.
You could get like a historic guy like a Roger Staubach or somebody like that. But so that's your hint there, is that he was a dominant college player in the Massachusetts area and went on to have a good career as a big man. The Patriot, I'm just going to say I still think he's underrated, or he doesn't get as much love as he should amongst Patriots fans and where he stands in the fan base in the franchise's history. One of the hockey players is the only person to win the MVP award and get traded in the same season. And the other hockey player is one of the all-time great defensemen.
Okay. So do I pick one that am I trying to guess them all here?
You can ask a question. You can take a guess on 1. You can take a guess on 4, whatever you want to do.
So we're talking 80s Patriots players, right?
Late 80s through the 90s. So very late 80s through the 90s.
So are we talking like a Steve Grogan type?
That's a little early. They might have
earlier.
One for Grogan, but that's before the era I'm dealing with this particular player right here. So that's your.
Okay. Is it offensive or defensive player? Or am I asking too much?
Offensive. Okay. I would have told you position.
Yeah. We're talking it's not a Drew Bledsoe, is it?
That would have been my guess.
There he is, dude. He was awesome, man. He was absolutely slinging it. And people forget 10 years, $100 million contract. Tom Brady was never supposed to play. He just got hurt, dude. So
yeah,
I know one of my all-time favorite Jets is the one that hurt Bledsoe. If you can imagine that how that conflicts me. That Mo Lewis, my first Jets jersey. Yeah.
I mean, like as a kid, like I did go through some trauma there when like they traded Nomar. I was a big Drew Bledsoe guy. Did not want to see him go. Did not want to see. I liked Antoine Walker. Like it's like all these things that
it's been real rough in Boston ever since.
I know, but when I was young, just so you know, I went through some tough times. Curtis Martin, all that. And then it was awesome ever since then. All right, so for hockey players, the guy traded mid-season. That was MVP.
I know this. You should know this.
I should, but I'm not sure if I do. I mean, like, again, when you say 82 90s, I don't.
Late 80s, but more 90s. You got to think more 90s here and late 90s. Yeah.
Now, was Joe Thornton ever an MVP?
He was. That's the player.
Wow.
Good job.
Damn.
That's their jersey.
We went through a period where we were just giving away good players, dude. Like we had so many good guys, dude, that we just let them go. Tyler Sagan
wanted out of Boston though. He didn't want to be a Bruin. He didn't like he wanted to go play somewhere where he could go grocery shopping and not be recognized, and that was perfect to go to Dallas.
Right. So we had Wheeler too, dude.
You had Blake
Wheeler, like none of them were good with us, dude. Well, Joe Thornton was, but like a lot of those guys. But anyway, so then the other guy's a defenseman.
Yeah.
It's not Zdeno Chara, is it? Or is that too recent?
If he was an Islander around those days, good guess, but it's Mr. Raymond Bourque.
Oh, that's my dad's favorite all-time player. I would have got to that. I would have got to that if it gave me enough time.
Right.
And that's the French version, the Canadian version, the Premier Troy.
There you go.
And who's your guess for basketball? If you get this is impressive.
I have a guess.
Yeah. He played in this area. Did he play at UMass?
He did.
Is it Dr. J?
No. That's actually I wasn't thinking that, and I do have a Dr. J one, but good guess.
It's gotta be Marcus Camby.
Is it Marcus Camby? I wouldn't have guessed it. Wow, that's impressive, Jared. I wouldn't have got that. Even though I knew once you said his name, I was like, yes, of course he was here, but I wouldn't have got it. But At least I named one UMass player, so not totally embarrassing.
Now, which do we want to open today? I would say
we leave the choice to you. You're our guest.
Oh, so you open it up and take.
I'm going to open one of them. Yeah, we're going to open one of these bad boys open today.
Yeah,
who can't open them? They live vicariously through me.
You know, I'm a football guy. Let's get that Drew Bledsoe open, bro. Yeah, for all the people out there that keep it in the original packaging, let's get Drew out, dude. Like a fine wine. My favorite, most recent memory from Drew Bledsoe just a few years ago. The Celtics were there's so much trash talk with Bledsoe, the basketball player. Now I forget.
Eric Bledsoe.
Yes, Eric Bledsoe. And I think it was Terry Rozier that was like, Bledsoe, dude, like pretending like he's like, the only Bledsoe I know is Drew Bledsoe. And everyone was like, it's just great trash talk. And then the next playoff game, who shows up to the game in a Terry Rozier jersey, but Drew Bledsoe sitting courtside in a Scary Terry jersey. And every time I was at the game, every time they put him on the Jumbotron, everyone went insane.
Nuts. Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
Rules. I love it. I mean,
so good, dude.
I can't stand Boston sports in general, but it's such a good sports town.
Right. They bring fly Drew Bledsoe out from Walla Walla, Washington, or wherever the hell he is. And oh yeah, look
Get
at
him
that
out of his winery.
Those dude, that
was the first changeover uniforms. That was when they went away from the red uniforms.
Those are some of the worst uniforms of all time, bro.
And and it's immortalized in this lineup.
I hate it. Why? So if you look close at the card, why are the numbers on the shoulders are different color than the jersey? And those aren't the worst ones. They had different versions of that were bad, but those are pretty bad, right?
I think the shoulder numbers are white because it helped back in the day before you had all these high def cameras. It helps the people all the way up in the press box see who they're looking at.
Oh, okay.
Because nowadays, like they have 8K, it's ridiculous. So
they had some bad ones, dude. They had the Elvis heads that came all the way down the sleeve to like the elbow.
I remember
those are bad, dude. Yeah.
You went through a period. You went through an identity period, the Patriots, and then they've settled in. But it might be, when Belichick does leave at some point or he gets fired or whatever, it might be time for a new rebranding. Like it might.
Right. I'll say this: the red and white throwbacks are some of. They're obviously, there's a tier where you put like powder blue Chargers and like those, you know what I mean? And maybe even the creamsicles. I know people feel differently on it, but if there's a second tier, I personally think, and I obviously have a little bias, but those red and white Patriots uniforms are clean.
I actually just picked up an Andre Tippett starting lineup in that outlook. So I'll send you a picture when it arrives, but yes.
Ah, nice, dude. Tippett, bro. Let's go. What do you think, Jared? What do you think? Those uniforms, top 10, top 20?
Yeah, I mean, I think for the Patriots, I mean, I love the modern era uniforms that they have, that they've basically worn since 2000.
The Brady era.
Yeah, the Brady era. So that's going to be what I always kind of associate with.
He's ready to go, Coop. He's got the old Bledsoe jersey there. He's got it all.
I got a bunch of different flavors of these puppies. I got the two-toned Ben Coats.
Yeah, I love those jerseys. They kind of look like soccer jerseys, but I like those.
They had their they look cool. There you go, Gronk, classic look.
Gronk. We got this one, man. This is like, I feel like I talked about it earlier. If you're gonna get a Patriots jersey, it's gonna be your first one and only one. This is the one right here.
There you go.
This is the one right here. Yeah. So the red Brady, or if you can find a red Randy Moss or something like that, then that's where we're living. And last one.
Those are cool.
Yeah, this one is one of my very favorites.
Ty Law. Yeah, there you go. That was the one with the shoulder.
Yeah. These aren't even the ones like
the ones that go all the way down the sleeve. I remember
the ones that went all the way down. Yeah. I see those at the game and they look insane. You see some old dude hammered drunk. And he's got these, Elvis heads that go all the way down the arm. It's a crazy look.
Yeah, for sure. The Patriots, the jerseys definitely have changed a bunch, but I mean, they finally found the look and it looks great. But nothing will ever beat that old red Patriot Pat look.
It's good, man. It's good.
Now, Drew Bledsoe is going to join the starting lineup studio audience next week. He'll have a seat amongst a few other guys. We got Pedro Martinez in there. We got the aforementioned Wade Boggs, Don Mattingly, one-on-one. Reggie Miller, he was unboxed last week, so he gets an appearance there. Didn't have a Boston Celtics starting lineup, so I went with Ray Allen in a Bucks uniform. You know, Ray Allen, highly regarded in Celtics history. We got Cam Neely, and then we got 2 Curtis Martins, just to remind you that he did have his Hall of Fame career with the Jets. Even though we started, that's the one thing I got over you as a Jet fan. That's pretty much it. That's all we got.
I've accepted it. You guys took Parcells. You took Curtis Martin. You took Tom Tupa. You took Tom. You couldn't have left us Tom Tupa, dude. At least.
Who else was going to quarterback when Vinny got hurt with the Achilles injury? We needed Tupa.
He was a sneaky punter / backup QB. He threw a couple touchdown passes in his day.
If you look at that game, go back and look at the highlights. For a punter, he's got mobility. He was moving around the pocket. Like he wasn't half bad.
He could chuck.
The Jets still have a few games left this year. Aaron Rodgers isn't ready yet. Maybe they should give Tommy Tupa a phone call.
That will put people in the seats more than the actual on-field product. I guarantee. I would fly back to watch Tom Tupa in a game.
Hell yeah.
Commanders, whoever's left on the schedule.
Honestly, I was saying it the other day that the way the Jets defense has been playing with the safeties and the touchdowns might be better off just running the quick kick on 3rd down and going for the field position game. Tupa might be an asset right now.
Tom, get on the phone with Joe Douglas. JD, call Tom Tupa.
Please bring him back, dude.
But on that note, that'll do it for another wonderful edition of Rip and Riff here on the Better Sports Network and Fantasy Alarm YouTube pages. I got to thank our guest, Andrew Cooper, at Coupe Fiasco, who you can find on those same YouTube pages pretty much in the 1 to 3 p.m. window almost every day. Coop's Fantasy Fiasco, Lightning Round Fantasy Football, Quick Out Fantasy Football, and Alarm Fantasy Football. And then we got Thursday Game Day Preview, and then also Sunday mornings as well, and on Sirius XM. I think I got them all.
I think you did get them all. We snuck that Sirius XM in there. Yeah, I'm just realizing that the only day I'm not live is Saturday. So I got to figure out a Saturday show. I mean, I'm telling you, this has been a lot of fun. Put me back in the rotation. I want to get back in. Maybe this off season or something. We'll swing some. Maybe around draft time, we'll pull some cards.
Oh yeah,
so,
there we go.
Get me back in the rotation. I want back on because this show is awesome, dude. This is a blast.
All right, so we'll definitely get you back on soon for sure here, especially maybe around draft time. But for at Coupe Fiasco, for at Mr. Jared Moore, I'm at Pucking Thoughts. We're going to be back with you next Saturday here on R&R on BSN and FA.